Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ala and today we will talk about rural sketching. Let's start. As far as you noticed, I haven't been publishing any video so far for the last 2 weeks, and the reason of this missing up on YouTube channel is that I was traveling on the north of Spain and specifically on the part of Asturias and Cantabria. Today what I want to share with you specifically is how I made rural sketching during my travels, and how I want you to initiate as well to travel more, to draw more, and not to be afraid to stay places, to draw something, and even with very few supplies if you don't want to carry on too many supplies with you. Usually I travel with my husband and kids, and while traveling with kids it's quite more difficult to carry on all your stuff or your supplies and to stay in the same place like for an hour or 1 hour and a half or whatever time it is required for your urban sketching. For this reason, I decided to go this time not with watercolors but with brush pens. I took a sketchbook and brush pens just in case, and just if I will have those 15 minutes to draw something, to paint something, and I really knew previously that I won't have this time. But I just took all my stuff because I thought, okay, in any day, if I feel that I have these 10-15 minutes, I will do a sketch. I already have a YouTube video where I explain how it is to do urban sketching with kids and how much fun and interesting ways you can discover while painting with your kids. And as well, kids got engaged when you start to paint something and they wanted to do too. At the same, I thought that to take several sketchbooks, but then I thought that one sketchbook will be enough, and I just left them to paint in my sketchbook, and it was really a nice experience while we were traveling in Asturias and Cantabria. It is true that while traveling with kids, it is really easy to procrastinate the drawing process and to do anything in your sketchbook. I was one of those who were thinking, okay, I'm going with kids, they are crying, they are just not letting me, they won't let me draw in that moment. And it is true at one point, at a certain point. But as well, there is a lot of work you can learn with kids while drawing and traveling with kids, is that kids are enjoying the process of drawing too. When kids see you that you are painting something, they are willing to paint it too. What is a rural sketching actually? Rural sketching is the same thing that urban sketching, but you're going to paint landscapes. You're drawing countryside. And it's quite different. Why I say it's quite different? Because urban sketching is about architectural sketching. It is about perspective, understanding of how to draw exactly the buildings and not to make mistakes during your drawing on urban sketching. Rural sketching instead is another thing, because it is true that here we have as well the perspective, but at the rural sketching we have more aerial perspective, and aerial perspective is gets done only within the colors. It is not so easy to get with only drawing as it is in urban sketching. If you have, for example, different hills, it is true that hills are going wherever far away, and those are smaller, obviously. And for example, if you have any reference like a rural house, a farmhouse, then it is bigger in front of our eyes, and we create the composition in that way that it can be interesting at the same time, and to create this aerial perspective in the good way that people can watch your work and enjoy it. More about the composition you can watch on my another video on YouTube, where I explain exactly how to create the composition that this want to be interesting enough and to catch up the viewer's eye. On the other hand, what I want to show you on this video is that you have to take the confidence and to take all the supplies and to paint or to draw outside. It's very important that you don't think that you will show up later this work to anyone, because I think that we have this fear inside of us that we are looking for somebody's positive or negative attitude to what we are doing or to what we have drawn. And sometimes things, it is true, that are not going really well, and sometimes this perspective is not going well. Sometimes the colors that you have are not working really well, or the mixing of the colors is not working very well. And we have this kind of fear that the people who will watch this landscape or this rural sketching won't be so happy with it, or will be disappointed about you, let's say, in this way. It is really important that you think for yourself that it is about practice. It is not about showing off to other people. It is okay to make mistakes, and it is true that at the beginning we may make much more mistakes than we usually will do after we have some experience or some background about doing it. For this reason, if you are starting to paint rural sketching or urban sketching, I advise you not to show your first works and just leave yourself to make mistakes. I would say that rural sketching is much easier than urban sketching, mainly because you won't see many viewers on your time when you are drawing something, because rural sketching is about landscapes, and usually when you are drawing landscape you are alone, you are not surrounded by other people, and it's just making you to have a more relaxing way for you. Now, why I took this sketchbook and brush pens with me to draw while traveling? Because many times what happens is that we are so in rush to travel, we are so in rush to visit places, and that we are taking pictures really fast, and we just don't feel the journey. We don't feel this happiness from taking this journey and to enjoy the moment that we are with our family, with our beloved ones, that we are enjoying the same views, but our thoughts are running back and forth and we are not here. Painting process on rural sketching or urban sketching helps us that we stay focused on the place, on the moment, and I think that even these moments are more remarkable, because when we are coming back home, it is like remembering these beautiful moments that happened when we were drawing. It is interesting enough that every time that you are trying your best to find these 10-15 minutes to create this rural sketching while you are traveling, and while you are traveling with kids, that you always think that you don't have enough time to do this, you understand that actually you have enough time, that if you plan previously and if you think previously that, okay, we will make a stop over there and we will have some time to catch up with beautiful views, why not to take my brush pens and sketchbook and to start to paint anything? And doesn't matter if it is 5 minutes or 15 minutes, if I will do all my sketch in this time or I will do only a certain part of this sketch, it will be an amazing exercise. Now, because we are coming to the end of this video, I want to share with you 3 positive things that will happen with you if you are drawing while you are traveling, even if you have kids, or even if you have some other stuff to do while traveling and you think that you don't have this necessary time to it is required for your paintings. Let's go on. The first one, it is happiness that brings you painting on the place. The first is the happiness that you are practicing, you are exercising, and you are improving your skills in drawing. Happiness about the thing that you feel the moment, you're in the moment, and it is a long-term happiness. The second positive thing about drawing on while you are travel is the courage. It is true that you have to take courage to paint where people are going over there and they will watch what you are doing. It is easier to have courage while painting a rural landscape than an urban landscape, but in any way it is a great way to take your fears, your anxiety to another level, and to pass this step and to paint in wherever you want. And the third positive thing is that you are conscious. The travels that you have painted on your sketchbook are more conscious. It is not the same that when you are taking a photography or you are taking a video, it is not the same like staying place and painting it. You will remember this moment for a long time, for a longer time than if you would take a picture, and that's it. What I would say, thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to thumbs up. This will help to my channel to be shown to more people. And of course, let me in some comments about your experience, if you have been doing any rural sketching, any urban sketching, and so far which of the procrastinations moment were for you, if you have kids, if you travel with them, and how you manage to draw with them on travels. Thank you very much again, and see you on the next video. Bye!